What's going on YouTube? Daniel here. So this morning we're going to be working on the 97 Klx60 and we're going to start part 1 of the 2017 Klx110L build. So we're going to start with the seat today, and once the seat cover comes in we'll put that for another video. Stay tuned. Alright, so we've got our first package for the Klx110L build, and let's get her open and see what we got. Got our tall seat. This is a Two Brothers Racing tall seat. We're going to get her installed real quick and see how we like it. Alright, so we're going to take off the 2 bolts on the side, take off the old seat, and see how the new seat looks. This video is going to be a little bit shorter than usual. I initially wanted to put the seat on and the seat cover at the same time, but the seat cover is a few weeks out. So once we get that, we'll do another build series video and get that put on for you guys and kind of show you how to put that seat cover on. Alright, so we got the 2 bolts off the side. The reason I went with the Two Brothers tall seat over the stock seat was because I needed a little bit more space with that tall in my leg area, because my boots would rub on the back of my legs. So that should give us that extra height so it doesn't do that. And also the tall seat looks better in my opinion. The reason I went with the Two Brothers over the BBR is I got a lot of recommendations from people on Facebook and other internet sites saying they recommended the Two Brothers over the BBR. They said the BBR feels a little soft, but it's probably in people's preference as well. So I'm going to give the Two Brothers a shot, see how I like it, and yeah, we'll give you guys a review later on after I get some ride time on it. Alright, so right now we're going to relocate the reservoir. Alright, so we just took out the battery. We're going to move the CDI unit, take all this stuff off so I can get the rear fender off, and then we'll loosen up that shock and get that reservoir relocated. Alright, so we got the shock off. Gonna put the reservoir cable back behind the shock. I'm gonna grease up the bolt real quick and get her dialed in. This part. Lift it up. Alright, you're good. Alright, so finally we're going to get to installing the Two Brothers tall seat. See how it looks, see how it feels. Alright, so we got it all installed. Alright, so initial thoughts on the seat is it looks good. The foam feels pretty good. But the only thing I don't like is this gap here. You probably got a 1/2 inch to 1 inch gap, whereas the stock seat fits a lot more flush here. Other than that though, it looks good. Also, we got that reservoir relocated in the battery location, so I don't have electric start anymore, but now I don't have my reservoir sitting here, and it looks a lot better. Measure the height of the seat where it was sitting before we add the Klx110L shock to it. So roughly this is about 27 1/4. So we'll see what the difference is when we add the Klx110 shock. Alright, so now we're going to be loosening the top bolt for the shock. This shock is completely blown out, so I have a spare 110 shock. We're going to see if it'll fit. I know it's a little bit shorter, but what do we have to lose? We're just going to see if it fits. After further inspection, we notice our shock mount is a little bit bent. Look at that puppy. She was definitely blown out. Alright, so this is a comparison for you guys. We did a rough measurement. The Klx110 shock looks like it's about 1.5 inches to 1.75 inches longer. Alright, so now we're going to compare the measurements. Right here we're looking at 24.5 at max. So that's about a 3-inch drop. This, when you get a 3-inch drop on a Klx110, this is what you get. You end up with the lowrider. Alright, so the Klx110 got a little bit of an upgrade. ASV, clutch lever. You got that gangster look with that sag, but oh boy. Alright, so that's going to end it for the day. That's going to be part 1 of the pit bike build. Like I said, it was a kind of a short video. Because just the tall seat showed up. But next video I will be installing the over-the-top JTI brake pedal or the Traction MX seat cover.